What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV and the second episode of the Bohemians career mode. We're going right into the first game here at home against Waterford. A decent episode last time out, picking up 2 wins and a loss. But we are in second place currently, and this game against Waterford presents a good opportunity to get another 3 points on the board. We have obviously a Dublin Derby coming up at the end of this episode, which is quite exciting. An early chance down the right hand side for Danny Grant coming up against Shane Duggan, and he has that pace that was really present in the first episode, and he gets a ball into the box to Chris Twardick. Glenn McCauley with a really good chance, and it's just wide. Huge chance for Bohs early on in this game. And Waterford come back down the other end with Kevin Lynch, who swings it in, headed clear, and it's a chance for Chris Twardick perhaps on the counter attack. He does get to it, and he's a good chance to get in behind Sam Bone here. He does have the pace, and he's a quick little left winger. He brings that to the side, and he gets in behind Sam Bone. He's into the box now, sees Danny Mandrew at the back post, swings it in. Danny Mandrew heads wide. Good opportunity for Bohemians there. And there's a chance here for Waterford now with Holland on the ball. He finds Walter Figueroa, who fires into the side netting. A decent chance for the man who actually signed for Derry City in real life. Kevin Lynch on the ball, a good left back, nice left foot on him, swings it down the line to Corey Galvin, and James Talbot has come a long way, and Corey Galvin does round him. It's a chance here for Corey Galvin, and he's wasted it. Puts it behind for a goal kick. Good chance for Waterford there, and they're piling on the pressure, and it's half time here, and Bohs want to probably get a goal early enough in this second half to really kind of calm the nerves. Chance for Chris Twardick going through, has a shot, saved by the legs. Good chance, Chris Twardick. Can he keep it back alive? He swings it in. Danny Grant is headed clear, and Bohemians going to recycle the possession. Paddy Kirk at the ball, finds it back to Keith Buckley, who gets the ball to James Finnerty. Keeping the ball here, waiting for their opportunity. JJ Lunny into Danny Mandrew, who finds Keith Buckley in a good area. Keith Buckley slides in. Glenn McCauley plays it back to Keith Buckley. Chance, really good chance here. Keith Buckley fires it home, and it's 1-0 to Bohemians. Huge goal to settle the nerves. 55 minutes in. Big goal. Wasn't an awful lot of quality in the first half. It was really kind of lacking in the final third, but that shows you what they can do, Bohemians. Glenn McCauley with a lovely ball back to Keith Buckley, who fires home but after rounding the keeper. Chance for Bohemians to get a second. Chris Twardick swings it in. It's a terrible ball, and that sums up the lack of quality in the final third really, and needs some changes. Andre Wright coming on for Glenn McCauley, and Connor Livingston giving a bit of energy in the engine room. Danny Grant with a chance here. Finds the ball into Andre Wright, who finds Danny Grant again. Danny Grant with the ball, chance to get the ball into the box. It's headed clear, falls to Connor Livingston, who finds it to Chris Twardick, swings it in. Keeper gets a hand to it, and it's away from Waterford. It's just not dropping for Bohs here. Andre Wright finds Danny Mandrew, a lovely bit of skill, swings it back across for Danny Grant. Great chance at the back post. It's a great save. Brilliant save, lovely move. Danny Mandrew with some nice skill there, and it's a chance for Waterford now with Figueroa. It's an easy save for James Talbot, but Bohs need a second goal here. Danny Mandrew swinging it in. This might just be it. Connor Livingston to find Danny Grant. Oh, that's it. That could be game, set, match now. Livingston went in the header, and it's full time. Bohemians picking up a crucial 3 points. Not a game that you'd look back on. Not many highlights from it, but it is one of those games that you just need to get all 3 points from. Scrappy game, nick a goal, and our next game coming up is UCD away from home, and the game against Shamrock Rovers is actually a few days away, so Bohemians will have to rotate their squad quite a bit. As you can see, James Talbot in goal, Derek Pender, Rob Cornwall, Michael Barker, Paddy Kirk at the back. In front of them, Connor Livingston and JJ Lunny. Then in the attacking midfield positions, we have Wade Slater, Ross Tierney, Kevin Devaney, and then up top we have Andre Wright. I think there's like 8 or 9 changes from the previous game, so that could be something to look back on and regret if they don't pick up all 3 points here. Starting early with Wade Slater on the right hand side, swings the ball in for Andre Wright. Good chance for Bohemians here, pulls it across for Ross Tierney. Great save from Connor Kearns. Ross Tierney keeping it alive. Can he get the ball back into the box? He does, and it's to the back post for Wade Slater, and it's cleared from UCD. Very good early chance for Bohs. And Andre Wright working tirelessly to get the ball back, finds Ross Tierney, and Andre Wright does have the pace to get in behind here. He's a really good opportunity for Andre Wright. Andre Wright fires home, and it's 1-0 to Bohemians. Really good goal from Andre Wright. Worked hard to get the ball back and running back to put the full back under pressure. Nice 1-2 at Ross Tierney, and he fires it home for an early goal for Bohemians, which they would need in this game where there's a lot of changes. Need to settle the nerves a little bit. Just before half time for a chance for Kevin Devaney, and that's put well over the bar. And that second half, Bohemians will kick us off. Paddy Kirk on the ball, and Evan Awesome swings it in for Kerrigan. It's a good early chance for UCD. Really piling on the pressure now. UCD. Keeney swings it in. Paddy Kirk tries to head it back to Talbot. It doesn't work out. James Talbot off the line. Wow, very, very close for UCD. A big mistake by Paddy Kirk there at left back. And UCD really, really putting on the pressure. Kerrigan finds McClellan. That's a good save from Talbot. But Bohs need to pick up their ideas there. You can see in the top left corner Ryan Swan, our former striker, coming on. Could that be a sign? Kerrigan, great save from Talbot. UCD are really on top here, and we need a second goal. Florence Cinema Pongo is panicking, and he's bringing on two of the main men, Danny Mandreu and Danny Grant, and who can blame him after this performance in the second half? Awesome on the ball with Ryan Swan nearly fires home. Great save from James Talbot, who's probably the man of the match today. Connor Livingston finding Danny Grant, and this is exactly where Bohs want the ball to be, at Danny Grant's feet, getting in behind, causing problems. Danny Grant with a good opportunity here, wins a corner. You can see the difference that he makes from coming on, just the pace in behind. And it's a chance here for UCD though. Torfell with a chance, it could be their last one, and it's gone out for a throw in. And Bohs are going to run down the clock here. Glenn McCauley coming on for Andre Wright just to hold the ball up a little bit and see out this victory. Connor Livingston with the ball in the Bohs half finds Danny Grant. He finds Danny Mandreu. The two substitutes linking up a little bit here. Danny Mandreu with a lovely ball down the line for Danny Grant, and that might just do it for Bohs. 2 minutes into the 2 minutes of added time are up. Danny Grant pulls it back. Danny Mandreu, and it's 2-0. Finally a bit of quality in the final third. UCD haven't had it all game, but Bohemians do have it in the form of Danny Grant and Danny Mandreu. It's a beautiful finish from the number 7. A huge goal to wrap up all 3 points in a below par performance for Bohs on the whole, but a big 3 points leading into the Dublin Derby. Results is all that matters, and form does go out the window for the Dublin Derby. But that is a lovely strike from Daniel Mandreu. That will give him confidence going into the next game. That's a really nice finish past Connor Kearns. He's actually had a good game, but he could do nothing about that, and that is full time. Huge 3 points for Florence Cinema Pongo's side, and they are really relieved. They probably got let off at one there, to be honest. Danny Mandreu, the main man, coming off the bench and wrapping up all 3 points. It is transfer deadline day, and it would be rude not to sign someone. We have a couple of options here. Liam Scales, who's a centre back and a left back, a left-sided centre back, if you want to say that. He's 6'4", so could give us some options. We also have Zach Elbows-Eddie there, quite expensive, so we might leave that one for the time being. It's also Walter Figueroa, who I was actually impressed by when we played against Waterford recently. But I think Liam Scales is the one we need right now, especially not having brought in a replacement for Dara Leahy, and obviously Anto Beza not being in the game. So we're going to offer Michael Barker here, see what they say. They want a winger, a fullback, or a midfielder. We are going to offer a winger, I believe. Kevin Devaney possibly, he's like 28 years old, maybe offer him, see what they say. Yeah, they're going to take that deal, no money exchanging hands, just a player for a player, which is probably a fair deal for both clubs. And he's agreed a rotation player for a 4-year contract and 350 quid a week. And there you can see he's now a Bohemians player, 56 overall at 21 years old. We can work with that. 6'4" as well, which I like, and he can fill in at centre back or at left back, which is good. So that's a good option there. We have some youth academy players coming in here from our monthly updates, and not much in France. It's kind of disappointing so far. I don't think I've signed one player yet. Chris McGuinness, nothing, and really disappointing, to be honest. But that's to be ignored now because this is coming up.
I'm Declan McPaint, and here's your breaking news. There's only one bit of breaking news, and well, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, because the Dublin Derby's on tonight. It's the biggest fixture of the year, and it's between Bohemians FC and Shamrock Rovers, two sides flying up in the league at the moment. Who's gonna win? Well, it's hard to tell, and to be honest, if I had to make a guess, I would say Rovers are gonna spank them. In my opinion, Florence Cinema Pongo is an unexperienced and quite crap manager, and his entire system is just a house of cards which is waiting to come down. What do you think about it, Nickel Charlie? I don't know, Declan. To be honest, if I was a Bohs fan at the start of the season, I would definitely take how they're doing so far. Look, Cinema Pongo, what he lacks in experience, he makes up for in his enthusiasm and love for the game. And the fans, they're mad about him, holding up big posters of his face in the crowd. He's obviously winning them over. I know what you're saying about the house of cards and stuff, but to be honest, I think you're being narcissistic and need to shut up. I'm Declan McPaint, and I take your criticism, and I'm going to kindly ignore it and put it in the back of my pocket. That's all for now. If you go to the game later, send some pictures to @leagueofirelandnews@gmail.yahoo.com. Until then, stay easy, stay off the roads, and stay in your living room.
Wow, the nerves are kicking in. This is a huge game. Only 3 points separating the sides. Florence Cinema Pongo's first Dublin Derby, and this is the team he names: James Tobin in goal, Andy Lyons right back, Dan Casey and James Finnerty at centre back, Paddy Kirk left back, Keith Buckley and Conor Livingston in CDM. On the right hand side, Danny Grant, Danny Mandrew through the centre, Chris Twardick out left, and Glenn McCauley will be leading the line. Huge football match here at Dalymount Park. The first Dublin Derby in the newly redeveloped Dalymount Park, and all 4 sides of the stadium are full to capacity. The Dublin Derby doesn't get any bigger than this. For Shamrock Rovers, their starting lineup is Alan Mannis in goal, Ethan Boyle right back, Christoph Gregor, who's a new signing at centre back alongside Lee Grace, Daniel Lafferty at left back, Greg Bolger and Aaron McAnuff in CDM, Sean Kavanagh, Graham Burke and Jack Byrne, the man we need to watch out for in cam roles, and Aaron Green leading the line. Bohemians will kick us off here. Huge football game. Paddy Kirk on the ball. A lot of the players getting early touches. James Finnerty finding Keith Buckley, spreads the play out to Andy Lyons, who early finds Danny Grant, and Danny Grant sees Andy Lyons' run, and this could be a chance here, and Glenn McCauley's in. He's been taken down by Lee Grace, and that could be a booking already. Very cynical foul, and Bohs have started very brightly here, and it's a booking. They've flown out of the traps, and Chris Twardick with a shot, and it's a good save from Alan Mannis. Bohemians are absolutely flying here. Shamrock Rovers haven't started yet. Danny Mandrew with a corner in towards Twardick. Dan Casey with the header, falls to Glenn McCauley. Can he get a shot away? Glenn McCauley, he does. It's 1-0 to Bohemians. It's a 5 minutes in, and Glenn McCauley opens the scoring. Huge goal. Florence Cinema Pongo couldn't have dreamed of a better start to this game. Huge start from Bohemians. Shamrock Rovers have been very slow starting, very sluggish, have not started at all, but Bohemians have not let them get away with it, and Glenn McCauley opens the scoring here. That is a huge goal. 7 minutes in, and Shamrock Rovers need to respond quickly. They get the ball out to Jack Byrne, and Jack Byrne has the ball in the final third now. Jack Byrne finds the ball inside, and it's fallen to Aaron Green in the 6-yard box, and he's offside, I think. Good save from James Talbot anyway. Aaron Green getting into a good position, but he was offside. Andy Lyons finding Keith Buckley, who finds Danny Mandrew, who has the pace, and Lee Grace can't tackle him because he's already on a yellow card. Danny Mandrew, really good position. Back post for Chris Twardick, who heads wide. Good opportunity for Bohemians to double their lead, and they're flying here again with Danny Grant on the right hand side, past Lafferty in a flash. Danny Grant has options in the inside. He's going to look like he's going to go alone though. Danny Grant strikes a goal, falls to Chris Twardick. It's a great double save from Alan Mannis to keep Shamrock Rovers in it. Wow, Bohemians are playing amazing football here. Conor Livingston finding Chris Twardick. They're tearing Shamrock Rovers to shreds. Twardick inside, past Gregor. Gregor takes him down. It actually looked like a good tackle to me, but the referee has called it for a foul, and Danny Mandrew stands over, but it looks like they're going to go short to Glenn McCauley, who strikes a goal. Good block. Chance for Glenn McCauley again, and it's into the arms of Alan Mannis. Comfortable for the keeper. Chance for Rovers here now. First chance, real chance of the game. Ethan Boyle's chance to open the legs. He's a lot of space. I don't know where the Bohs defence is. He's time to stabilise himself for a cross. Finds Sean Kavanagh, who heads home. And Shamrock Rovers have equalised. A very good goal on the break. Probably wasn't deserved, but they have got it nonetheless. Sean Kavanagh with a great header. The best left back in the league, arguably, and he heads home. Really nice ball in from Ethan Boyle on the right hand side. It's a really good header. Andy Lyons couldn't really do an awful lot about it. He had a running start on him, but Andy Lyons, Bohs trying to respond quickly before half time. Andy Lyons finding Danny Grant, and Danny Grant in a good area, falls it back to Danny Mandrew, and it's a good save from Alan Mannis. Danny Mandrew in a similar position to where he found himself against UCD in the last game, where he found the back of the net, but he didn't this time. The long ball forward from Dan Casey, and Glenn McCauley putting him under a lot of pressure, and he wins the ball. Glenn McCauley, and he finds Danny Mandrew. Can he get in here just before half time? No, and the half time whistle has been blown, and it is 1-1 here at Dalymount Park at half time. And Rovers are kicking us off here for the second half, and they have early possession. Graham Burke with a lovely flick to find Ethan Boyle, into Graham Burke finds Jack Byrne. He does, yeah, Jack Byrne back to Ethan Boyle in space, and Ethan Boyle has had a good game so far getting forward, and he has a bit of time here, get a shot away maybe. Dan Casey with a huge tackle, and Shamrock Rovers have the corner. And Bohemians come back on the attack with Glenn McCauley, and Danny Mandrew finds Keith Buckley. He's clinched on goal. Keith Buckley, great strike at goal. It's 2-1 to Bohemians. Huge goal from Bohemians in the 55-minute mark. Great start to the second half for Bohemians to regain their lead. Keith Buckley with a great strike. There's Glenn McCauley tried to find them initially, popped there for Danny Mandrew, and he made no mistake with the through ball, and Keith Buckley fires it home. Glenn McCauley was unlucky, but Mandrew, what a ball, perfectly weighted, and Keith Buckley, wow, right top corner, no keeper in the world saving that. Alan Mannis helpless in the goal. Look at that first strike, beautiful, Steven Gerrard-esque from Keith Buckley, and it gives Bohs a 2-1 advantage. Danny Mandrew, they're looking for a third, they're hungry, they can taste it. Connor Livingston, clean through on goal, fires it at Manus, it's a good save, big chance for Bohemians there, and Livingston has the ball again. He finds Glenn McCauley, who finds Danny Mandrew. Can he bit of magic here from Mandrew? He finds the ball back to Keith Buckley, fires it at Manus, it's a good save from Alan Manus, and Bohs are flying. Danny Grant down the wing for Andy Lyons. Andy Lyons has a chance here, one-on-one with Lee Grace, finds Danny Mandrew inside. Danny Mandrew, it's a comfortable enough save for Alan Manus, but it is promising signs from Bohemians. A third goal looks like it is coming, and it's a poor kick from Manus. Mandrew finds Danny Grant with the header, lovely one-touch football. McCauley finds Danny Mandrew, Mandrew's clean through, Danny Mandrew, 3-1 Bohs, and that could be game, set and match. 72 minutes in, and Bohemians have doubled their advantage through Daniel Mandrew, the magic man. 2 goals in 2 games now for him, the number 7, with a beautiful finish after a lovely move. It was a poor kick from Alan Manus, and it was a header won by Dan Casey, I think. Mandrew found Grant found McCauley played Mandrew in, and it is 3-1. And Rovers need a goal quickly with 15 minutes left. Ethan Boyle on the right hand side finds it back to Dylan Watson. It's fired wide. Big chance for Dylan Watson. Needs to be hit the target from there. Chance here, Orhan Vojic finds Sean Kavanagh, and it's a chance here for Sean Kavanagh. It's a great save from James Talbot, and Sean Kavanagh really needed to put that home for Rovers to have a chance of getting even a point from this game. And it's going to be a couple of changes here. JJ Luney coming on for Livingston, and a bit of experience with Derek Pender coming on for Paddy Kirk. Bit of experience to see this game out. Danny Grant with a lob ball forward for Glenn McCauley, who's worked tirelessly this game, deserved his goal, and he's working really hard. He's in past Gregor, and he wins the corner kick. It's exactly where Bohemians want the ball to be right now. Huge moment in this game with 5 minutes left to play. Danny Mandrew crosses it in, and it's won by Pender. It's at the bar. Derek Pender's at the bar. Huge chance for Bohs to go 4-1 up, and this could possibly be Shamrock Rovers' last chance of the game, with Sean Kavanagh on the left hand side. Finds Lafferty swings it in, and it's headed clear from Finnerty and Chris Twardick. All he has to do is pump it up the pitch, and that's game, set and match. The final whistle is blown here at Dalymount Park, and it is at 3 points for Florence Cinema Pongo's side. A really big win, a very impressive performance, and they were full value for all 3 points. Shamrock Rovers will be disappointed with their display. Full time here at Dalymount Park. Bohemians 3, Shamrock Rovers 1. Big 3 points for Florence Cinema Pongo's side. Let's see how the standings look now. The top 3, Shamrock Rovers in first, Dundalk in second, Bohs in third. It's actually funny, we started the episode in second place, won our 3 games, and we're in third place now on goal difference. But if you look to the right hand side, our next game's against Finn Harps away, which is more than winnable. And if you look at the game underneath that, Shamrock Rovers are playing Dundalk, so 1 if not 2 of the teams ahead of us will be dropping points in the next game. So that gives us a really good opportunity to leapfrog either of the sides or both of the sides. So we'll have a quick look at who we're playing in the next episode, guys. Obviously, as I said, there'll be Finn Harps away from home in our first game. That's going to be a tricky fixture, but we should be winnable. At home to Sligo then, another winnable game, and then we have another Dublin Derby away to St. Pat's at Richmond Park, which will be very tricky. Then we're going to go into October with a 4th game, and away at Turner's Cross against a team who beat us, the only team to beat us so far, so we need to get some revenge on them. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please make sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe.